don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello there. All right, I just finished Kantara. Okay, this was highly recommended, and I can tell why I didn't really understand anything from the trailer, because what you get from the movie, there is no way you could actually add such. Well, you probably could, but it would only be like one portion. They'd only tell like one thing where him and the officer are at odds, and then they're friends. That would have been a story they could tell. Or the landlord who basically pretends to be buddy with everyone and then betrays. Or there are just so many aspects they could have gone, but it would have been a lie to in the trailer to basically point out just one focus, and it had a ton. Basically, the arrogance of not youth, but generational gaps, forgetting their history, the arrogance of forgetting their history. What happens when you neglect your past? There's the conflict between old custom and government officials. There was so many things going on in this, like those people who live a simple life with those who expect them to do something different. So yeah, a different casts as well. The whole caste dynamic where the landlord was disgusted by everything of the people he, yeah. There's so many things. Even like the concept of belief and differences of belief. There's so many aspects to it. But the one thing I found the most, because I actually found it funny at first, because when the king goes on his journey and meets the guy who becomes possessed, starts shaking and he's shouting, and I was just like, okay, I guess that's possession. I guess that's what's going on. But one thing that was amazing is the next time someone was possessed, 100-something years later, the way he shook as well was the same exact way. And then again, when I guess it was his brother who was pretending to be possessed, you could tell he wasn't being possessed. But when Shiva became possessed, it was the way he moved, the way he shouted, everything was just, it matched perfectly. That's at the very end is what really sold it for me, when he basically started fighting that way, fighting like a boar almost. The one thing that threw me was, if your demigod is that of a boar, you would think that the getup that the priests would wear in that, I mean, this is what I would assume would be symbolic to the deity you are worshiping, the deity you pay your homage to. And the wearing such extravagant colors, because there was only one scene I remember where he's doing the cola at the very end, and there's a boar head above his giant getup, which is there for that one scene when he's just standing there holding a torch and sword. But the next scene where he's spinning around, that boar head's gone. So I was like, is it the bright colors and everything supposed to symbolize the human possession, the priests who are the channel for him, and then when the boar head's above, it's supposed to show the demigod's actual. There's so many little aspects that add so much interest that I'm just curious to learn more about the history, about certain aspects. Because it was just like the fact that the officer and Shiva were of completely different mindsets. The officer, I'm guessing, yeah, he was vegetarian, and here these villagers all ate meat. They all had their demigod was a boar, yet they hunted boars. I mean, maybe not. Maybe that's just how the demigod appeared to Shiva. I mean, that's one thing that I'm not entirely sure about. Was it? So, yeah. I mean, I was interested not throughout. I mean, at the very beginning, I was very confused with what's going on, because having so much thrown at me, culture, years jumping, the religion, the government dynamics, the way, even the towns, the way I was a little confused how the king was nothing but the landlord was, and I was thinking it's just like, well, that's India is but a ton of rich cultures thrown together So maybe it's just one segment of that. So yeah, I was like, I can understand, but at the same time, maybe that's one of the issues because they're trying to lump everyone in as one sum, but here this culture is trying to maintain its originality and not be, you know, so yeah, there's so much to this movie, so much. I honestly, I'd probably have to watch it two, three, four, five times, and still, I would be missing a few things. Mainly because trying to catch up with the subtitles with something so rich in its visual appeal as well makes it very difficult for me because I'm so focused on the visuals that I miss the context of what's being spoken. Yeah, I definitely need to learn how to understand more languages or get enough through context. Because let's face it, in different cultures, people act differently. It doesn't change the fact that they are doing a great job, but how anger is acted in one culture is not exactly how it's portrayed in another culture. How respect is in one culture, it's not how it is in another culture. And so, yeah, having to catch all those subtle cues, I just need to learn more, especially with how they can vary from state to state. Yeah. Recommend this movie. Yeah, it's... you know what? Yeah, recommend. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.